focusing on international jewelry market. We will just have the chair set up first. So our panelists for the next panel, which is International Jewellery Market, are Mr. Sayyam Mehra, Chairman GJC, Mr. Chandu Siroya, Director Siroya Jewelers, Mr. Arjun Dhanak, Director Khan's Jewels, and last but not the least, Mr. Shamlal Ahmed, MD of International Operations, Malabar Gold and Diamonds. Can we please have you on stage?
नीलेश भाई इतनी बार स्टेज पे डाल दिया आपने किसी और को भी दो अभी जिसकी
Our moderator for the same panel will be Mr. Gaurav S. Isar, founder of IDD Gemological Laboratories Worldwide. Can we please have you on stage, sir?
Come on Arjun bhai, let's go up. He's the next gen.
So, hi everybody. I think the panel that I've been given to moderate does not require any introduction. So, and I don't even need to follow the protocol. All of them are distinguished people here, and all of you are very well versed where each of you have met them personally or at least transacted with them. Right, so the convener, before I was coming onto the stage, he told me that we're running very short of time and you have to be very quick with the panel discussion. It's okay. Since it's all family here, so we can. So again, Mr. Shamlal, while you were explaining about the story of Malabar, and you also felt that you've consumed your 15 minutes, but every one of us sitting here, we didn't want you to finish. We wanted to hear more and more about you and more about Malabar, which everybody has been very curious about. And I don't think it was your first presentation, as you said. Looks like...
my first such interactions. Presentations during our meetings, but not outside.
And it was excellent. About Sayyam Mehra, Chairman GJC, I mean, again, he doesn't require any introduction. He's taken GJC to a height which I don't think has ever happened. The next chairman coming in, Mr. Rajesh Rokde, he's going to have a hell lot of effort to put in to match up to what Sayyam has done. Arjun again is a good friend, and we provide him gemological services, very enterprising, and every time we've met and spoken, we've seen that kind of energy on his face. Mr. Chandu Siroya, again, I mean, every panelist here, everybody who's been here, he has been a source of motivation, help ever since. And this is what I have learned here today as well. So I'm obliged to be the moderator for today's panel. So to start with you, Mr. Shamlal, since you pioneered the international market, right? And so can you provide some insights into the key geographical regions driving the demand for jewelry in the global market? Since you're already there in some 20, 30 countries around the world and must be aiming for another, to double the number for the countries.
So once again, good afternoon, everyone. I believe there are different value chain concepts. There is Indian subcontinental value chain, which is 22 carat, and there is Arab African value chain, which is 21 carat, and there is Western value chain, which is 18 or below, and there is Chinese value chain. They sell mostly 24 carat products. When you talk about 22 carat, which is relevant to our discussion, the biggest market outside India is GCC, especially UAE today. The biggest market, the biggest, expat diaspora in this country is Indian. Apart from UAE, the other potential market for our kind of product is America. The demand or the consumer behavior between US and UAE is extremely different. As I mentioned during the press interaction, the UAE consumer behavior is entirely different than India also. This is the common mistake all the jewelers who comes from India does in this market. So the average transaction value, the product mix, the customer loyalty is different, the consumer expectation is different in this market. But when you go to America, it's more similar to India. So if you ask me, the biggest market outside India is GCC, then America, and wherever there is Indian subcontinental diaspora, which is Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, Sri Lankans, Nepalis, this is the market for us to grow our business.
So what factors do you think are instrumental in this scenario? I mean, as per you, UA is the biggest market, right? So is it, I mean, why is it? What are the factors that influence the sales here?
Definitely the advantage of gold price. UAE is the cheapest, especially Dubai is the cheapest in the world, I think. In the world, no doubt. There is 10 to 15% price difference between India and UAE. If you are a tourist, you get your VAT refund at the airport. The biggest advantage is the price, then the collections. In India, you are not allowed to import finished jewelry at the cheaper import duty. Chandubai was mentioning about that thing. In Dubai, you can access to the global jewelry collection. Here you have collections from all over the world, from Singapore, Italy, Bahrain, Turkey. You name it, you have the entire jewelry collection in this market. And the third, transparency and the quality assurance. Eyes closed. You go to any stores in Dubai, you buy the jewelry, the quality is rest assured. The government is so strict on assuring the quality of the product. And the buyback and consumer friendly policies. Here, you can mess up with customers. If anything goes wrong, they can immediately call consumer protection. They will make sure, they will give first priority to the consumer, not to the shop owner, because they don't want to tarnish the name of UAE. UAE is striving on the consumer friendly policies. So there are many other biggest advantages of buying from this country. So I think
Can I add to that?
Yeah, please go ahead.
You see, UAE is unique. Why it is unique? Because it is actually truly the jewelry destination of the world, not only for the retail customers, but also for the wholesale trade. You see, anywhere in the world, if a jeweler wants to buy 18 karat jewelry, 21 karat jewelry, 22 karat jewelry made in Singapore, Malaysia, Turkey, or Australia, or wherever, okay, there is only one market in the world, and that is UAE. And in Dubai, this is in maybe half a kilometer radius, you will find the jewelry of the world. Now, the jewelers of Dubai are also unique. You see, UAE is home to almost 200 country nationalities. So the jewelers here have a very unique challenge of satisfying the taste of each and every nationality. And they have become experts in it. So the choice of the jewelry, the variety you will find here, you will not find anywhere in the world. This I can assure you. Plus, as Shamlal Bhai said, the price. The jewelers here believe in the concept of high turnovers and low margins. So that is the reason we are able to afford or offer the best prices in the world. So you get the best jewelry in the world, the best prices in the world, and of course, quality. We can personally say that you can go to any shop and we will guarantee it. We have so much faith in the Dubai markets.
That's excellent. So,
Gaurav, after hallmarking, even India has become of the same level. You can say that any shop you can go and you can see the hallmarking there. That they have taken the Dubai and the UK route, that hallmarking, the way they are following, and the consumer should get the confidence in India because of that. So we've taken the route what Dubai is doing. So we are also getting the same results there. But however, we are talking about international markets.
yeah, so this is a take back again, guys. for us as well, the younger generation. That's what Mr. Shamlal and Mr. Siroya said that, again, no needed, we don't need to travel 200 countries to do business. Be in Dubai, that's the best place to be. So make your choices very limited and come, you should open up in Dubai only. So coming on to you, Sayam Bhai, since you've been exporting, I've been hearing tons and tons of gold to over 100 countries. So what are the current trends shaping up the international jewelry market, and how have they evolved over the recent years? Since you joined very early, as you said, so what do you think are the current trends, and do they keep on fluctuating or changing, and what's the latest trends?
See, first of all, there is every Indian. If you see, if it's people from Tamil Nadu or Kerala, they are there in the US, they are there in Malaysia, they are there in Singapore, they are there in Australia, everywhere they are there. So first the market goes to see the Indian manufacturers selling it, or Indian retailers selling it to the Indian population in that country. So that is the first part that happens. And then the second part comes in, wherein the local people, suppose if it is the, as I said, I was talking, a woman of the Gulf origin or the Saudi origin, what kind of jewelry she like. If you see a Malwadi or a Gujarati lady, she would love to wear a diamond set, which is very expensive. But a lady from a Saudi would love to wear some jewelry which is coming from the neck to the belly, maybe of a Calcutta jewelry, a very heavy piece, and then a belt which is coming in, which I have seen in the shops there also, or a Turkish jewelry or a Bahraini jewelry is there. So that kind of a jewelry, which is, there are different mindset also. So if you see Saudi market is for 21 carat, here we are looking at 22 carat. If you go to the US markets, it's 14 carat. 14 carat, and if a lady who wants to buy jewelry or a chain in the US, she would like to wear a small rose gold or a white gold jewelry with a small solitaire pendant, which is running there. So Indians are previously used to not spend a lot or use a lot of mind in the R&D. The market was opening up in the 2000s, and now the time has come such when the second and third generations for each has come up. So they are spending time in R&D, looking at going to different shops to look at the jewelry, what people are buying, what diaspora they are buying, what caratage is working. In each and every area also, if you go to see, when you go in different countries, you will see that in and every area is consuming different jewelry. So I think Indians have now opened up as manufacturers and wholesalers to this mindset. What they are selling is, previously the mindset was that yahi hai mere paas and this is only what I'm going to sell. But now the mindset has become that what the consumer wants, what the retailer wants, accordingly the jewelry should be designed.
So that means the key point, the key takeaway is that customer is the king, right? So whatever the customer demands, whatever their designing is, whatever their requirement is, whatever their budget is. So this is one of the major influences for driving sales, right? All right, excellent. So coming to you, Arjun, now, I guess, I mean, e-commerce is the current thing, and everybody has started, I mean, all the retailers and the wholesalers, they've started selling online as well. So can you discuss the impact of e-commerce and digital marketing on the international jewelry industry, particularly in reaching new audiences and expanding market reach? Let's say, Dubai again is a cosmopolitan city, and there are tourists from all parts of the world that come and visit this place. So somebody who buys jewelry from your stores, and do you think, or does it happen very frequently, that the consumer again wants to make a purchase and e-commerce is the solution if he's not visiting Dubai again?
Yeah, so there are multiple aspects to your question. In terms of e-commerce, I think jewelry itself is in its very infant stage. If you compare it with, let's say, fashion, garments, or any of those industries, e-commerce is something that already blew up 10 years ago. And jewelry in itself, if you look at big stores like whoever is here and even the other ones, I think our industry still relies on the brick and mortar model, where people come in the store and purchase their jewelry. But what you said was very right, that having a store gives you the legitimacy of, you know, that you're a brand, you're a company who, you know, has, you know, actual collection that's, you know, available when they want to buy. So there, your e-commerce is good to showcase, and to maybe, like you said, if there's a tourist who comes to my shop, they want to like sit in the UK and they want to just see again what they can buy. They have that opportunity, but I don't think it has picked up to the stage where people can actually. I mean, just like if I tell you from my experience, if I want to ship something to the UK, it doesn't make sense for the customer sitting in the UK because they have to pay like 15-20% import duty, and it just doesn't seem viable. So it's good in the sense that it gives you the opportunity to show your product. If you have local clients, they have more trust. Since you already have a store, they have that trust factor. But there are a lot of e-commerce jewelry brands that are doing well that don't have stores at all. So that is something which, you know, you have to think about. Like maybe if you're a jeweler and you already have a store, maybe it's a good opportunity to have an e-commerce website which is not linked to your store or something. That gives a little more leverage in that sense.
I see. So you believe in the physical retail model rather than you know, expanding to the digital format.
No, it's not about me believing. It's just me being realistic. I've had orders from Malaysia, UK, US. It's just me like trying to be open and honest. It doesn't work out because there are too many logistical factors in it. It might work out maybe in the longer term. Like I said, it's like in the infant stage. So depending on what kind of jewelry you're selling, and if you have a same kind of investment that you put in your store, you put that same kind of investment into your website, 100% it'll work. But that's a business decision that, you know, you have to make as a business owner, I feel.
Yeah, so this is something which is standard, I guess. But US is different in this case. A lot of jewelry, a lot of diamond jewelry is being sold online, maybe because of the authenticity or the government regulations.
It's a massive area-wise. It's huge compared to the UAE.
Because back in India also, I mean, people who've been selling online, they've faced this challenge that it is a touch and feel kind of a thing, and consumers want to have a physical look, and they want to, just by wearing it virtually, doesn't solve the purpose, right? So they also want to look at the jewelry, hold the jewelry in their hand and then purchase it. Yeah, please.
Just want to add what Arjun mentioned. You can't compare India, America to Dubai. People buy online for two reasons. One is convenience, other one is price advantage. You cannot give deeper discount in online for this product. Second thing, in Dubai, you can find, we have 63 stores in UAE. You go to anywhere, any street, there are jewelers available. So this product is a lot of touch and feel. And second thing, we are in a very small area. So in every corner, you can find one jewelry store. And second thing, in this e-commerce portal, we cannot give deeper discount to attract those customers.
Actually, I think what they have started is the omni-channel business, which is very good. So you give the customer the choice to make their selection online, and then they can come and try it offline. So that becomes a very important thing.
Absolutely. I just want to add what Shantubai mentioned. Now the customers can browse our entire collection of jewelry, which is 20,000 kilos of products. They can browse online, they can block online, they can negotiate with our store. They can then ship it to any nearest store. They can go and wear and touch and feel the product, and they can conclude the transaction.
That's an excellent way of you opened up another channel, right? So, Chandu sir, while I was hearing about the discussion we had in the morning where you were a panelist, and I liked the phrase you said, chalta nahi hai, and all that. So, coming back to the same thing, we prepared a question for you. So how important is sustainability and ethical sources in the international jewelry market, and what initiatives are being undertaken to address these concerns?
See, sustainability is going to be the buzzword going forward. Today, this NextGen, which is here, they have started thinking But their next gen is definitely going to think only sustainability. So where you have sourced your product, how you have sourced your product is going to become the most important selling aspect. And that is actually what is going to differentiate you from the next door shop. The variety, everybody may have the same Singapore type chains, right? But if I have sourced it ethically from responsibly sourced gold, then I can boast about it and I can talk about it, and it will actually resonate with all the next gen people. And that is going to be a very, very important source. You asked us, what are we doing about it? You see, in Dubai, we are very strict about how the gold is brought into the country, and there are very strict laws right now. 5 years ago, okay, anybody could bring any gold into Dubai and there would be no questions, but today it is changed totally. Since the AML policies were started, since the other regulations were started, if you import any gold into Dubai, then you have to give the source from where it has come right to the mine. So if you were to come to my office and give me some raw gold, I cannot buy it from you until and unless you tell me from where you have sourced it. Now you have sourced it from a third party, not a mine. I have the right to ask you from where that guy has purchased. Otherwise, my refinery will not buy it, or they will not refine it for me. So Dubai, especially Dubai, is taking it very seriously, and not Dubai, UAE is taking it very seriously, and I think we are in the right boat to reach the end goal of satisfying the needs of the next gen.
That's an excellent answer. I guess it totally answers the question that I asked you. So any other questions from our Gen Next heroes here? Anything which you guys want to ask related to the
about the
questions?
international markets? Anything? Avinash ji ko,
Guys, I'll tell you only one
there are
thing.
3 questions.
If you don't ask the
Rahul.
questions, we will feel that you have come here for a holiday. Please identify yourself when you're asking this
Yeah,
question.
Rahul
Yeah?
is-
Ninad, where are you? Can you please?
Yeah, Shrishti, please get active. Yeah, Rahul bhai, go ahead.
Hi,
Say your name, your company name, your city name, and then you say the question.
my name is Rahul Bamalwa from Calcutta, Nimishan Bamalwa and Sons. We're a retail outlet. My question is to Mr. Shamlal, sir. You mentioned that it's very important to have an omni-channel marketing where you have online and you know to go digital. While that is very good if you have like say more than 100 stores or more than 200 stores when you are like geographically available in multiple regions. How worthwhile or how viable is it for an outlet with say 3 or 4 stores or 2 stores to go online or to go digital, and how can that then be a stepping stone to scaling your brand for any brand?
No, it's an excellent question. It's not worth investing this much money if you have only 3 outlets. We are leveraging our capability. If someone sitting in US who is from, Calcutta, who wants to buy the traditional jewelry of Calcutta, they can browse their, traditional product from our Calcutta store. The same product, they can ship it to the nearest location in their US location. So this is the kind of capability we are bringing in. I'll tell you, the investment we are investing for this transformation is huge. I don't think the revenue or the GP will satisfy our investment for the next 2 or 3 years. But we are trying to leverage the entire network, the entire stock what we have. Like that, there are a lot of, Andhra customers sitting all over the world. The Andhrites, like Sayumbai mentioned, the Andhrites and the Tamil community people are going all over the world and making IT for the global companies. So this, IT professional have $200,000, $300,000 disposable income. So this customer wants to buy, they want to celebrate their festivals in their traditional manner. So they want to buy traditional product. So for those customers, we are, showing our products in Somajiguda or in Tinagar, and those products they are choosing online and getting it delivered in their nearest store for touch and feel. So it's not worth investing this much omni-channel transformation for smaller operation. It's better to do more digital marketing because your catchment is limited to those locations. But you should, what I personally suggest to have more location in, Calcutta itself, in West Bengal, East Bengal itself. There are huge opportunity for you to expand in
But
your market.
I think I would add to that. I don't entirely agree with what Shamlal said regarding the viability, because today digital marketing is becoming very cost effective. You see, what he's developing is something which is going to cost 1 million or multi-million dollars. We don't have to go to that level. You have 3 stores, but you cannot have somebody delivering the jewelry to Mumbai. But within your area, if you're doing your marketing properly, then your customers can sit at their own house, see their jewelry, and then come. They can in fact recommend to their other people also, or other relatives also, that I saw this set, why don't you try it on? So if it is cost effective to you and you can find the right partner, it does not hurt to be on the electronic marketing fields.
Just want to add what I said, Chandubai. I didn't say digital marketing or e-commerce. I talked about omni-channel. Yeah, omni-channel is a different ball game altogether. You need to integrate your technology because whenever someone selects your product from America, you'll have to block those products inside the store. You need technology to do such things. You need a technology to, collect payment from those countries. But digital marketing definitely, as I mentioned in my earlier discussion, 30 to 40% business is going to be digitally influenced, especially among Gen Z and millennials. They do their research, they do their homework in the digital platform and then come to the store. They check the Google review of your store. And they will even ask you the same salesman who got the highest review in your store. So this Google review, digital marketing, even the Glassdoor, even the employees nowadays, they refer, there are digital platforms, they can refer the review of the company, what kind of treatment the owners are giving to the employees. So everybody does their research through digital and come to offline for their conclusion for the shopping.
No, I visited one store, and this is very interesting for those who are in the retail stores and want to have these reviews and everything. I visited a store. The salesman asked me a question, sir, are you happy? So, on his face, you cannot say I'm unhappy, right? So I had to say, yes, I'm happy. Sir, are you very happy, satisfied? Did he satisfy you? I said, yeah, but I wish something else was there. But yeah, it was okay. How was my behavior, sir? Now, what do you answer to that guy? Will any of us say, no, your behavior is bad? He was good. So I said, good. Okay, sir, can you do me a favor? Can you fill up this review? And he opened it on my mobile. Took my mobile, opened it. Sir, please fill it up. Now, in front of him, you will always give full stars. So this is a good idea to have for your retail staff.
Ansh, your question? I will take Suyash and then.
My question is retail specific, so mainly for Arjun ji and Shamlal ji. So my question is, as a retailer, one thing that you guys talked about is, how there is a standard, in GCC, in India now that, there is no doubt about the gold that you're buying in different stores, whether it is a chain store or a family jeweler, that you're getting, if they're saying it's 22 carat, it's going to be 916. That is out of the question now. Earlier, that used to be a big selling point that hamara sona asli hai, ab sabka asli ho gaya. And same thing when it comes to variety, everybody has thousands of designs. When it comes to quality, everybody says hamara highest quality hai. So my question is basically, how does differentiation works? Differentiation work now that there is so much competition. We have national brands like yours, and we also have family jewelers rising. But at the same time, I feel like when it comes to differentiation, it's very hard to figure out how to differentiate, because at this point everyone has everything. Everyone knows all the best vendors. With shows like GJS, everybody can meet the best vendors in India. And so how can we as retailers, especially at a smaller scale, when we don't have those big budgets, we don't have public money, how we can differentiate our brands?
Sure. Which city are you from?
Sorry. My name is Ansh Anand. I'm from, our company is Punjab Jewels. We're based out of Madhya Pradesh. We have 5 retail stores, 3 in Indore and 2 in Bhopal.
The major differentiation in this market, I'll tell you, in Indore, your catchment customers are almost similar. You're catering to the Indore customers. But in Middle East, especially in Dubai, Like Chandubai mentioned, you're catering to 200 plus nationalities. Even in Bardubai, we have 3 stores in Bardubai. Each store carries different inventory. So being relevant to your catchment is most important in this market. In Bardubai, as I mentioned, I have 3 stores. All the 3 stores are carrying different inventory to cater different set of customers. One store is catering to tourist customer, other store is catering to mostly South and Maharashtrian customers. Other store is mostly like UP or North Indian customer. Sorry, thank you. So each shop is catering to being relevant to a catchment is most important. The planogram in this market is very important. We call it this planogram or the product or the inventory mix. Having the right inventory mix and the right staff mix to cater the right catchment is the biggest differentiation in this market between India and this market.
Shrishti, can you please pass on the mic?
It's very important, right?
You see, just to add, because he asked me, I didn't want to add otherwise.
No. You are the market.
Does the other shop have you? You are yourself, right? So when you offer yourself to your customers, nothing can beat you.
I think especially true for family businesses like ours. It comes down to, it's a very cliched thing, but it's about how many hours you put in. If you're there and you're on top of things, you don't let anything slip by. That's like a lot of companies don't have people there, and a lot of things slip. And that's where the whole differentiation part comes in. You have to differentiate. That's the only way you can differentiate.
So that's
I have two
especially when I
examples.
have to compete with the big dogs.
Yeah, I have
Please,
two
please.
examples. One is Sanjay by Meena Jewelers. You see, he's got only 2 retail shops, 3 now.
Yeah, 3.
Okay, but he's doing the turnover of maybe 50 other shops. Alkan's.
True.
His father is there from morning to night, and they are amazing because they are there. So when you are there, nothing can beat you.
So 9 to 9 is the success formula, right?
So yes.
I don't really agree with that. Sorry.
No, my point is that being on top of things is like managing things, being involved in different domains.
Now he
Very much
can't
on
be
top
there
of
at
things,
140
right? In a
places at
different
the
way.
same time.
No, 1 minute. He's absolutely right. He cannot agree with me. Why? Because he's at that same time when we are taking care of 2 shops, he's taking care of 300.
If you really want to scale up, you need to have a good team. Yeah, that is the game. If we are in the right business. We really have to scale up our business. If you really want to scale up your business, you need a right mix of people with right metrics of delegation with authority, accountability, and of course you need to have right team of people with the right delegation. Then only we can scale up. Accountability.
So there's one thing I wanted to ask you guys is that a lot of people see you from outside and Mr. Siroya is like this, Mr. Arjun, Sayam and Mr. Shamlal. But there are a lot of challenges as well which nobody talks about, which you guys face, right? There might be multiple reasons. So could we have a brief lines from you on the challenges that you face in today's market, right? What do you think are the challenges? I mean, the Gen Next wants to know so that they don't waste time, facing those challenges. Yeah.
Challenges in top business or
Yeah. Doing business in international market, that's our core subject.
the
for this
biggest
panel.
challenge what we face today is the price fluctuation. Customers are holding on their purchase. They're waiting for price to stabilize to finalize their purchases. And the second thing, the growing cost. It's not easy to, at the end of the day, all the cost, all the additional taxes are borne by the customers. It's not easy to pass it on to our customers immediately. Especially in this country, after localization, the entire employment costs have really gone up. Now there is 10% localization. Even during, now we are a 100% company. We used to pay much lower than this fees for the sponsorship fee. And there is 9% tax from this year. Then the occupancy cost is increasing. The real estate prices are going up. The employment cost is going up. The entire cost is going up. It is very hard to manage the cost. Second thing, the price fluctuation. I think the third thing, a lot of unhealthy competition. I would say there are a lot of many players from India coming to this market. I don't know how will they survive. Right now we are at 3% cushion. Most of these jewelers are giving without making charge. The manufacturing cost is about 3%, 2%, and the all other costs put together 5-6%. Still they are giving it this zero cost. How will they sustain in this market? So there are many other competitions we face from this market, but yeah, the only way to come out of this, like you asked, to educate the customer. Educate the customer that this is the best.
Best business practices, right?
Yeah.
Follow the best business practices.
The best business practices and elevate your brand, attract your customer. I think these are the solutions.
Arjun, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing, because we are living in a world where, like Mr. Shamla said, we are not able to convey to the customer that our costs have gone up because you have a store next door who's selling at zero making charge. Ultimately, what is happening is that we as an industry are falling behind in terms of delivering good products, good designs, because we have to kind of, if we cannot sell at zero, we have to sell at a bare minimum making charge. Then you can't buy those wonderful pieces, those pieces that we want, we are attracted to, because at the end of the day, we are jewelers. I'm a manufacturer and a retailer as well, so I know what goes behind making the jewelry. So when I see something that I really love, let's say I saw the Ambani pre-wedding and I saw all those amazing jewelry, I'm thinking to myself, when are we ever going to get to that stage where we can bring this kind of jewelry to not the masses, but at least the top 10, top 20% of the population, because competitors are not doing justification with jewelry. They're selling at zero making charges. I think that has to stop, and I don't know who can come up with a good solution, but if there is, I'm open to do something about it.
The youngsters will, for sure. They will come up with solutions. So,
Hopefully.
Sayam, from you, align. I mean, the challenges that you're facing out of manufacturing and sending it to the international markets.
हिंदी में बोलते हैं, ये होलसेलर्स को मैं बोलूँगा, मुर्गे की जान निकल गई और खाने वाले को मज़ा नहीं आया. हम लोग कितनी अच्छी ज्वेलरी बनाते हैं. How much effort we put in making our jewelry. और जो retail, there are about 3 lakh jewelers in India, and they are internally competing with each other. Every city has one jeweler, or a state has one jeweler who has zero making charges. So that trickles it down to the wholesaler. Then we push it to the manufacturer, who pushes it to the karigar. And I think we try to squeeze them out, but in the end, the retailer, in the end, the karigar cannot do much. वो अपनी percentage के नीचे नहीं जा सकता. And because that much cost is actually employed to make it into this wonderful piece of jewelry. Then the factors of rate hedging comes in, rate fluctuation comes in, which few jewelers or retailers think that they are using it for their own benefit, and so that they can give 0% into it. So that is affecting the correct karigari which we want to give to the end retailer. Also in the wholesale and manufacturing, there's a lot of staff problems which is there. There is a lot of manufacturing, right karigars to get in. The new youth or the new small karigars who want to come in the gem and jewelry industry, because of this competition, they don't want to come in. And I think when you हमेशा प्लेट दूसरे वाले की ज़्यादा अच्छी लगती है, तो हम हमेशा बोलते हैं कि रिटेल का बिजनेस इतना अच्छा है, टैगिंग हो रही है. Shamlal is handling 140 showrooms. Here, Kanz is handling a lot of showrooms, and everything is tagged, authority is given, and accountability is given. But in wholesale, somehow we haven't been able to crack it in such a way. And I think the wholesalers, 4 shops or 6 shops is something which highest a wholesaler is done. Chandubai is handling more than about thousands of international customers. He has 1 shop here. Many retail showrooms you have, but wholesale is something which I feel I'm yet to crack it, and we would like to listen from you that how if it is so, if we have to go the multi wholesale route,
Multi-manufacturing facilities,
multi-manufacturing facility route, most of us haven't cracked it, and I would like to hear how it's supposed to be done.
Chandu sir, now you got to sum it up as you said.
या मेरा दर्द किसको दिखाऊं? खुद समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं. I'm still trying to understand my pain. Well, you see, all these points are fantastic. Yes, we are actually at a place where we are cutting each other's throats. And the moment we stop that, believe me, we will be a much stronger community.
True.
If we stop reducing our margins, the wholesaler is reducing the margin of the retailer is reducing the margin of the wholesaler to please the end consumer. The end consumer को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. You see, today gold is at $2,350. They're buying. If the price increases by $0.50 per gram, they will still buy. If it increases by $10 per gram, they will still buy. So उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. वो बोलते नहीं कि हमको सस्ता चाहिए. ये तो हमारे आपस में होड़ लगी है. We are trying to reduce. नहीं हमको सस्ता बेचना. क्यों बेचना नहीं पता. लेकिन सब बेच रहे. Nobody wants to make money. You see, I have a very nice example. I'm going to share it 1 minute. हमारे ये दो अभी जो गोल्ड सूक है यहाँ पर पहले सब्जी मार्केट हुआ करता था. तो एक बारी मैं सब्जी मार्केट में गया था. वहाँ पर सब्जी वाले को पूछा भाई इसका रेट क्या है. उसने बोला 3 रुपया किलो. कोई सब्जी थी. मैं बोला यार डिस्काउंट करो ना. बोला डिस्काउंट के लिए गोल्ड सूक में जाओ. So you see, this is actually the fact. So we have actually discounted our own jewelry. And the moment we realize this, I think things will change. So that to the next generation, my message would be, do not think of selling cheap. Think of selling right. The customer should get the right price. It is not that we want to cheat anybody. No. We want to give them the right price, but we want to pay the right price also. The moment we start doing that, that is great. The biggest challenge which I think, which we all face, is retaining our resources, which is the best resources are manpower. See, Shamlal Bhai said, it is only because of the team that you can have this growth. So that retaining that team is a challenge. If you can master that art, you will also become a Shamlal.
So I think we'll take last 2 questions and make it fast, 30 seconds.
Quick question, and this is just to add to what Sayam Bhai said and the question that you asked. So since morning we've been having multiple discussions on pricing, and even in the previous one, where we spoke about how wastage and the labor charges should not be decoupled basically with wastage because of transfer, right? But my question to you is, Shamlal Bhai, and we're seeing someone at your scale, right, 6th largest in the world, getting from retail to wholesale to manufacturing. You have the full value chain. And if your ambition is to capture 15%, let's say, of India's market to become the largest in the world, you have everything, the entire value chain under your control. So you have this privilege of scale and of margin, right? Now someone, like Sayam Uncle rightly said, someone who's stuck in the middle, who's a wholesaler, and if he wants to scale up, what would your advice be? Should they backward integrate into margin to get into manufacturing to get that extra margin to grow? Or should they first go into retail to get that margin and then grow? So if I'm a wholesaler and I want to become 1/10 of you, what is the right way to go first? Because I need capital to grow, right? So what is that source of capital? And ROI, and you mentioned about... And you mentioned about ROI, right? So ROI will, when you say focus on ROI without focusing on margin, is basically just keep increasing your turnover. But you've already pointed out that there is no margin in wholesale left, which is the pricing discussion is going on since morning. So ROI is out of the window.
There are a couple of questions you put together.
No. So simple question is, today I'm a wholesaler with limited manufacturing. What should I do? Retail first or manufacturing first to grow?
Should I?
For you. Any question? You got the question, right?
Yeah, I got the question. You can always forward integrate or backward integrate your business. So, like you mentioned, retailers are the last hand of the value chain. Right from the mining to the consumer, we are the last hand. In fact, we are the one collecting revenue from the consumer and passing on to the entire value chain. We are keeping certain percentage. Okay, suppose we are collecting 100 dirham, 100 rupees. We are keeping certain percentage, then we are passing it to wholesalers, then they're keeping certain percentage, they're passing on to the manufacturer, the bullion, the refinery, and the mining. So this is the entire chain. Out of that, I'll tell you the biggest and the most difficult task is to collect the money from the retail, the end consumer. We call it is that 60 centimeter counter, no? The pass it on to the customer, to the above that 60 centimeter counter is the toughest job. Wholesale, the biggest advantage, you're dealing only with few customers. Your customers may be 100 or 50 or 75. In retail, you're dealing with n number of consumers. Each and every business has its own risk and, disadvantages. But if you ask me, you can always leverage your business to do backward or forward integration. It's based on your capability, your resources. Your resources and your capability, you can always backward integrate or the forward. I believe in backward integration because you already have certain set of customers. So now you're passing on to the previous, hand a certain margin. It's always try to keep that certain percentage of margin inside your system. I believe in that because you already have a customer, your retail customer. You don't want to disturb your retail customers. It is always, I suggest to have a backward integration than the forward integration first.
See, what I appreciate most about them is they started manufacturing jewelry, but still they are not selling cheap. They are selling at the right price to their customers. So you see, just because they are making the or saving the profit of the wholesale and the manufacturer does not mean that you start selling cheap. No, you have to sell it to at the right price. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. The point I just want to add one more thing. When you do backward integration, in fact, you are satisfying some of your supplies. Still, you can give 70% of your business, the existing business, your existing manufacturers. You understood? So
Avinash ji. Chalo.
All right. So we'll conclude the session here. Thank you so much, our panelists, for taking out time. Thank you so much.
What an engaging and enlightening discussion there was. A big thank you to all our esteemed panelists for sharing their valuable insights. I would now like Mr. Sayam Mehra to stay back and felicitate all our panelists. And I would also like our convener, Mr. Nilesh Shobhavat, and our co-convener, my dear friend Suyash Agarwal, to felicitate all our panelists. A big round of applause for everyone.